everybody, you're listening to Sit Down with Stand-Ups. I'm Ari Azizian, and my guest this week is the very funny Chinedu Unaka, and he's a hilarious comic. If you haven't seen him yet, you'll have a chance to see him at the West Side Comedy Theater May 16th. It's Saturday at 8 p.m., and I'll be there. Doors open at 7:45. It's only $10, and the lineup is crazy, guys. It's Roy Wood Jr., Adam Ray, Chinedu, and Brian Kiley, who was on a previous episode. He was the writer for Conan O'Brien. It's going to be an amazing show, so definitely go and see him. And Chinedu's just, what can I say? He's one of the best comics out there. You got to go see him. And he's a great actor, too. He was on the Mindy Project, so check him out. And without further ado, here's my interview with Chinedu.
Up in the morning and out to school. The teacher is teaching the golden rule. American history and practical math. You study them hard and hoping to pass. Working your fingers right down to the bone. And the guy behind you won't leave you alone. Ring, ring goes the bell.
You know what's funny? Like, my first show was, like, in front of a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a talent show, right?
Oh, wow.
And I was actually scheduled to rap with typical, right? I was in a rap group called Top Mission.
Top Mission.
Me, Ivo, Catton, Rico. And it was like it was
Straight
a rap
out
group.
of the streets of Isla Vista.
Yeah, man, because I was doing, well, Ivan was legit,
Yeah.
and Chris, because Ivan went to Crenshaw High School.
Okay.
And Chris was from East Oakland. He was the most gangster out of all of us, but he was Asian.
Is it a trio?
He was Asian, though. Yeah, it was original was a trio.
Okay.
And then Rico came on. But we had to cut Rico because he was kind of weird. Like, he would shoot squirrels at night.
What the hell?
That's a long story. So we cut him out. But the original was a trio. And so I used to write a lot of poetry in high school.
Yeah.
And then so I got in a rap group called Top Mission. We had a little talent show. And my friend Dion, Ivan's roommate, used to always tell me to do stand-up. And I like stand up a lot watching it, but I never thought about doing it. Then one day I was doing a talent show. We finished rapping, right? The show went well. And then my friend Cindy, she was trying to do stand up, this like Nigerian chick. And she was having a bad set, or like bombing. You know, she was bombing. And I thought it was funny.
This is at the talent show. She's bombing at the
Yeah,
talent show.
and it's like in front of all her peers. You know? So it's like,
worst
it's gonna live forever. It's like strangers, can't go home. Like, this is you bombing at your house.
Yeah.
Like, you live here, you know? So it's like a dorm room talent show. You know?
See you later.
Right. So I think it's hilarious that she's bombing. You know, whether she did good or bad, it would be funny to me because I know her.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, Chinedu thinks he's funny. Why don't you come up here?" So I went up there. I just kind of improvs. It went well. And then my second official show was this MySpace bulletin. This guy posted MySpace bulletin. He said he looked for stand-ups to open up his club in North Hollywood.
Oh, nice.
And I was still in school. And I said, "Hey, man, I do stand-up." He's like, "How long you been doing it?" I was like, "I'm like 5 years." He was like, "Great." He has no credentials, nothing, man. I was like, "Sweet."
Been on a couple Tonight shows.
Yeah, no clips.
Yeah.
Just trusted me.
Those were the days. There were no clips yet.
No
right?
clips.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
MySpace.
no pictures, nothing. Just, all right, sweet. No website. And he was like, "All right, great. 2 weeks, just you're going to have your show." And I just packed it out with a bunch of people, like a bunch of my friends, and did like 10 minutes.
Nice.
And then
Where was it at in North Hollywood? Just like...
It was like a dance bar place.
Okay, and they turned it into like a comedy night
Yeah.
thing? Okay, that's awesome.
Like many comedy shows, and then it lasts. Yeah.
So the first time you did well at the
Yeah.
talent show,
Mhm.
and the second time you did well too, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Great
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, it was a good start.
Yeah.
I think what it was the writing came easy to me a little bit.
Well, what major were you when you were in college?
I was a sociology major.
Sociology. And then you had the poetry too, so you were already like,
Yeah, so I
writing
was
a
used
lot.
to writing, being creative, understood how words
Right.
made people feel, you know?
Yeah.
And so
And sort of the tightness of getting
exactly,
everything.
like
Right.
getting the junk out, just
Right.
to get them, just keep the meat, that type of thing. And so whether you're like don't have no stage presence at all, if your writing is good, you could survive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll do fine. It's those comics that, like, for example, like I'm trying to think, like take Kevin Hart for example, right?
Mhm.
Versus Jim Gaffigan.
Right.
All right, Kevin Hart is very
Animated.
right? So sometimes for comics, I'm not sure how it worked out in his beginning.
Yeah.
But a lot of time for comics like that who are very animated, it's tough starting out because people don't understand what you're trying to do.
Right.
Because no real punchline.
Exactly.
You know, until you develop that later.
And that self-awareness isn't, I don't think, there
Yeah,
yet. So
exactly.
you don't know.
Yeah, but Yeah.
You're like,
So-
oh, I was just standing there talking. Like I thought I was doing all
Right.
this big
Exactly.
stuff, but I
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah. You know,
a
just-
talking head for 40 minutes.
exactly. A lot of times punchlines is repeat what I said
Right.
twice.
How long did you do at the talent show? Was it like 5 minutes or something like that?
I was improvising. I remember it was Mother's Day. Like Mother's Day was this weekend. So I was like, "Where are the mothers at?" That's why I opened up with, and no one said anything. And I said, "Good," because it's good because we're in college.
Yeah.
And I got a big laugh. I'm just talking about my day. I can't remember what the fuck I said, but it was funny.
That's awesome.
And I got off. Yeah.
And then your 5-year experience for the North Hollywood one. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
That was. So
I hear stories like that all the time. Like I was talking to like Jason Collins, and I was like, "How many open mics did you do before?" He's like, "Oh, I just told the club guy I was like a comic for 10 years, and they bought it." I was like, "That's so cool."
Yeah, you know, because I could tell the way the guy posted a bulletin.
Right,
that
exactly.
I was like, I may have a shot.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, man. I thought it was God talking to me, you know? So I look for a God on MySpace.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I do comedy. And he was like, how long? Like, man, she's like 5 years, going on 6.
Right.
you know, going on 6 soon. You know, anniversary coming up. And he was like, great, man. And then I got nervous, though, because he made me sign a contract. And the contract wasn't for money. It was just to make sure I come, you know? So I'm like, what kind of show is this,
Yeah.
you know? And I signed the contract, sent it to him. That emailed him later. I wasn't sure how long I'm supposed to do. I'm thinking like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. How long am I supposed to do on stage? He said 10 minutes.
Oh, my God.
I was like, I started like tripping out, you
This
know?
is at the show. Like you're
No, this is like 2 weeks before the show.
Okay.
It was like email. I'm like, damn it. So I had to create jokes. Like I had 2 weeks to make up jokes. And so I was just like writing down everything that I thought could be funny on stage. So I was just writing with my parents and stuff. It was like maybe 2 of those jokes I did that night I still use today, you know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like if I'm doing like an hour on stage, I might bring a couple back. But
Wow.
yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. It was good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I really relate to being a writer first
Yeah.
and then sort of transitioning into like learning. Did you have to learn all that stuff eventually? Like being like animated and stage presence and
Yeah, not really learn it, but more trust it.
Trust
you know,
it,
'cause
okay.
I'm actually very animated off the stage.
right.
You know, but it's more like trusting.
So like committing to doing it.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of times with like jokes, especially when they work, you just trust the words. You just try not to leave. You try to like stick to the script.
Right.
You know, but after a while, you start trusting yourself. You know, trusting your improv, and then you realize too, as a comic, you start realizing that your improv and what you come up on stage, it doesn't have to be brilliant.
Right.
Because they understand you're just coming up with it right now, and that's what makes it brilliant. The fact that even if it's a little bit funny, it's hilarious
In the moment, right.
Exactly, like the whole going on 6, right?
Right,
I
yeah.
wasn't planning on doing that. It just came out, but it's funny. But if I wrote that down, I was like, I'm gonna say this tonight. I'm like, that's not
Yeah, if
funny
you
enough.
plan it too
Yeah,
much,
yeah, yeah. You're
right.
thinking like, that's not really that funny, you know. But it's because it come off the head.
The audience
It's organic.
buys it and-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Did you have an improv experience while you were in college? Did you do some?
I did like so they had a comedy show called Apology. So I used to do that a lot. It was like a stand-up show.
Because I mean, I imagine it's frightening to have like nothing and then be like, oh yeah, come on and do.
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, right. It
You
was,
just riff
it was terrifying.
Right,
Straight
yeah.
up. No, I was scared as shit. And that's another thing. Like your courage increases with every
Right.
set. And so, now I didn't do improv till like after college. I did like a few classes at UCB.
Okay, cool.
To see how that was.
Yeah.
And that was fun. That was fun. But yeah, zero experience, man. I guess rapping helped.
Yeah.
I'm improving up there. My body
Exactly, yeah.
movements. Come on, put your hands up. I don't plan those.
Right.
That's organic.
you
Anytime I
gotta-
say, put your hands up.
Freestyle and
on.
riffing is like kind of the same. Yeah.
A lot of people think Young Jeezy is planning his phrases. He's not.
Right.
He's a genius. Young Jeezy, the genius.
So you graduate from college.
Mhm.
You're like 21, 22, and then did you
Yeah.
move down here to do stand up full time?
So I graduated from college, and then I was unsure. I knew I loved stand up. I knew I wanted to do
Was
it.
there even a comedy scene up in Santa Barbara? Like, could
Yeah,
you
there
go
was.
up
Like we
after?
developed it.
Oh, cool.
Me, my buddy Andre, and this other guy Jeff, and Jim. He was a bus driver.
Yeah.
But
Just like start one up in like a comedy
yeah, we
shop?
started like a legit comedy show
Sweet.
at Santa Barbara. It used to call Ivy Stand Up.
Oh, nice.
But then it became Laughology. And like Dre was kind of the head of it. He like handled the booking and everything. He was doing it longer. He was like a 6-year student, you know. And then I would do it a lot. It was every Saturday. So I was doing as much as I could. Then Dre started Bricks Cafe. That was a Wednesday night. Stateside Restaurant was like a
Wow.
Thursday.
Guess had a few spots. to
Yeah,
go
we
to,
had Santa Barbara became, and so I like my first time meeting comics like Daryl Wright was in
Wow.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Crystalia opened up for Crystalia while I was in Santa Barbara. and Benjamin. So I was meeting like a
Jeez,
lot of cats. Just
And they're all coming up to play.
coming up to the school to do the show.
That's so cool. Yeah.
And so I didn't realize how lucky I was. I just thought this was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a little hobby.
Yeah, like I would
It's
do
like
my
professional. Like,
yeah.
it's very
Like I wouldn't even stay sometimes to watch the headliner. I would just go home. Like I had a date. You know what I'm saying? Like I would cancel the show. Like, Dre, I can't make it. This girl want to hang out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's like, all right, don't worry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because so it was. Yeah, I got lucky. Like I'll tell anybody, starting in LA is really hard. It's really hard starting stand up in LA because you're performing in front of comics who are not. They're not really interested in hearing what you have to say just because
because they're thinking about their act.
They're their own set and they're exhausted.
That's what I was
They're
telling
probably
you about
hungry.
The comedy show.
Yeah,
It's just like you're playing to 40 comics, and they're all pissed that you took their spot.
Oh yeah. You're talking to like the depression of like just like
The saddest people.
Yeah, you walked in like some horrible therapy session. You're like the intermission for like this horrible therapy session. You're like, can I get back to talking about my problems, please? So
My name is Ari. I've been waiting here for 5 weeks.
Exactly, man. So
you came down to LA.
Yeah.
And what was that like? Was it just right after graduation?
So after graduation, I applied for this program called Teach for America.
Okay.
Right. And I
told
myself,
me that.
and I told myself if I get LA, Chicago, or New York, I'll take it as a sign to continue with stand up.
Wow.
Because they could throw you anywhere.
Exactly,
they could throw you in New Orleans, the boonies. It don't matter.
Right.
Random places. I got friends in random places. So I got LA. So I thought, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue with stand up, see what happens. So I was teaching in the daytime, and then doing stand up at night, and I had grad school classes on like Wednesday nights. I had it was like some days it was too intense. Like I would leave. I remember one time I had grad school class at LMU, which is like 10 minutes from the J Spot, this comedy club in Inglewood. And I had a show that night on Wednesday. I didn't want to cancel. So I left class and I did the show, came right back to class. I was going for like 40 minutes. The teacher was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I started from my stomach. I'm like, yeah, man, I had tacos earlier today. And she don't give a fuck. Like, they shouldn't question me, It's not like high school. It's like, no, I need to see a pass,
Exactly.
So I just sat back down.
She has no idea. It's like, I just killed.
Yeah, exactly. I just killed his set, bro. So, and LMU was great, too, because while I was going to school there, I discovered this open mic they had on Mondays that I used to do. It was like from a lot of students,
Yeah.
So I used to do that show. And then LMU started booking me. Like the school started booking me to straight up to perform because I built that relationship up. And then when I was in college, too, I started doing I was doing shows for free at these different schools. I was like involved in like my frat and like the BSU and different things like that. And so they had the conferences at like UC Berkeley and Irvine, and I would like offer to perform. There was like a talent portion of the conference or something.
Right.
So I performed, and then later on when I graduated, they started hiring me like independently to perform at their schools.
Oh my God, yeah.
Just off the relationship I built and things like that.
That's amazing.
So I was getting like a lot of experience like right out of
That's like a
when I
fast
came
forward.
to LA. Yeah.
You just
So it was
skipped a
great.
bunch of that.
And it helped me because like I would share the love.
Right.
I would ask, can I bring a comic with me, and I would kick them $50 or whatever I could, and let them perform too. And
That's amazing.
yeah, so
No, I always hear those stories about like playing colleges and you have to go to like there's some place in like the Midwest or something.
NACA,
NACA.
yeah.
So that's great that you just got to build
Yeah,
those
kind of skip
relationships
that
early.
step.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting paid NACA money.
Thank God though, because that NACA thing sounds like awful.
Yeah,
Sounds like
it
a
can be.
giant-
Yeah, it's expensive, especially if you don't book nothing. Like imagine investing all that money,
Yeah.
like a plane flight, hotel,
And what do they
admission
know about
fees.
comedy really? Like,
Right. It's just it's like student orgs just choosing
some
randomly.
kid. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I like his mustache. You know?
From the Midwest. They have
yeah,
no
they
idea.
watched 2 minutes of a
They
set.
saw Jeff Foxworthy like special yesterday.
Exactly, right. So they have good comics go up, but it's very random who they
Right.
choose. Like I just did it this year in Minneapolis, NACA Nationals. And it went well, thank God, but I heard like horrible stories of comics going up and not booking nothing.
Yeah.
You know, they heard
Great
crazy stories of
comics, too.
comics. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They heard great stories of comics booking like 40 schools,
Wow.
you know, in one show. I did well, but man, I had to follow a poet, right? He was the host, right?
Right.
For the most of the show, he was doing like happy poems
Yeah.
and stuff. And I was about to go up, and he was about to bring me up. Hey, just wonder what poem you're gonna do before I go up. He's like, oh man, I'm doing a letter to my son. I was like, about what? He's like, police brutality. I was like, great. All right, good luck, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. Can I curse on here? I'm like, fuck, man. You gotta be killed. Really? Like, this is like 4 days after Eric Gardner. You know, it's like, it's fresh. You know, it's like.
Do you have any soliloquies?
Yeah. And now in a comedy club, I wouldn't mind. Like, I could work my way around that.
Right.
But you gotta play super safe at these, conventions because you just don't. You could kill. Yeah,
Exactly,
I could kill it. But then they go back like, he's a little too racy. I'm just not sure.
I was still feeling a little off from that poem.
Right. And now it's the only black guy on the lineup. So like now that we finished my poem about police brutality, the victim, I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? Give it up for black males getting shot. Like what am I supposed to say?
Time to be funny.
Yeah. Oh, so tense in there.
That's crazy.
It was like oh boy. I pretend like I didn't hear the poem.
Yeah.
Give it up for the poem, man. That's what it was talking about. I'm sure it was great. I was at the back.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
so
man.
you came here and you're doing you're getting your master's in the teach program right here at LMU, and then you're also doing stand up while you're doing that.
And teaching, yeah.
And teaching, wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. So like all day.
Shout out to coffee. You know what I'm saying? Gotta take caffeine.
That's crazy. So every night you're going up pretty much like right away.
Yeah, man. I was trying to do open mics,
So you did great the first 2 times. I'm sure a couple more times at LMU and stuff. Did you ever have like one bomb or something in those early?
You know what? Like,
any sort of like hurdles that you?
to be honest, like I never really like bombed until I bombed maybe twice in my life.
Okay.
2 times, 3 times, but it was like epic bombs.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? It was like it was enough to where I need to bomb again for a long time. You know, it's like you. Of course, you have like I'm the type of guy where I'll have points in my set where I'm trying out new stuff, and maybe it's not going over as well, but the show as a whole is still great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I really count those to me are like bombs in my eyes. But that's like a personal bomb. It's not what the definition of a bomb is.
Yeah.
You know.
That's interesting because I have the same sort of feeling. Like, I mean, I've only done it for like a year.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like there's always a way you can save a set. Like,
Oh,
and
of
not
course.
have it go like terribly bad.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some comics can't help it. They just they're not where they need to be
I'm
yet.
curious about is like, do those guys who do like the bomb like you see them?
Yeah, though.
Are they just like, are they bad or are they just trying out like crazy stuff that's like?
9 out of 10
Totally
times.
new.
I'll say 8 out of 10 times they're bad.
Right.
But a lot of times, if a comic is bombing continuously over and over again, either they're on to something great,
Right.
or
That's what I
they're
always think.
really horrible.
That's what
If
I
they
think.
stick with it, that horrible set could be something great. Because either it's probably so different
Right.
that people are just not ready to hear it, or it's or it could be bad though too.
I
Don't get me
always
wrong,
think
it
that,
could be
like,
really
This guy
bad.
comes up every week. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason. Like, he's either 10 years ahead of all of us, or
Yeah.
he's just horrible.
Yeah, like look at Zach Galifianakis, right? He's a good example.
Right.
I could imagine him bombing for like 2 years straight
Right.
until he kind of just figured it out. I'm not sure if he did, but I could see it. It's that type
Yeah.
of thing where
It's just so out there.
the
that-
wrong way could become the right way.
Right.
After a certain amount of time. It's that type of thing.
That's so cool. So you'd like sort of format your set where you're trying new stuff, and you kind of just put it in like in a certain area, or do you like? Is there a formula for when you want to try something new, or just kind of in the moment?
Yeah, it's in the moment. Like I'll have plans, right? Like I'll be like, I want to hit this. I want to hit this. A lot of times, the new stuff I'm trying to do is already. It's like maybe a new part of a great joke.
Right.
So those for sure I'm always looking for and trying to do. But maybe the new stuff is just like a brand new idea, brand new joke. I'll throw that somewhere in the middle. I might start up top with it. Just depending how I feel, man.
Right.
Sometimes I'll just go up there and when I feel like it's a time for a new joke, I'll do it. You know, so I don't like announcing that's a new joke, guys. I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
Just because
Then people know it's like.
they know and they're like. Sometimes they be like, "Well, I paid money. I want to hear your good stuff."
Hear the
Yeah,
greatest hits, yeah.
yeah. So I just do it in there. If it don't work well, I might be like, "Yeah, it's a new joke."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, forgive me. It's that type of thing. There's comics they do. Oh yeah, new joke. You hear a comic, he'll do 30 minutes. Hey, that's a new set. Don't lie. It's just a bad night.
Well, because the people listening, I mean, getting a new like bit is kind of like really exciting, but also terrifying because you don't know.
Yeah, but sometimes I think the more you do it too, and you trust you're funny, sometimes new jokes come to you ready.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
sometimes I'll get a joke. I'm like, oh, I know this is too funny.
Wow.
Like I know this one's ready. Other times I'll get an idea like, it's something there.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure it's that funny yet.
Right.
But it's definitely funny enough to where I need to go up there and try it, whether it go good or bad. I just need to hear it.
And just to test it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I tell comics who are starting out too. When you do open mics, don't always go to try to make people laugh unless you're like working on stage presence and crowd work. That's fine. But if you're like really trying to work a joke, just go for the rhythm and just to hear yourself out loud. Just hear the joke out loud. See if you got the words down. See what comes to you. If it's a supportive room, maybe you might get some tags. Maybe you won't, but don't expect that. But just kind of go for the rhythm, go for the memorization, and then open mics will be. It's a good thing instead of this dreadful place that no one laughs at me. Yeah,
It's the gym.
it's a gym. Exactly. Yeah.
No, it's great to hear from you because I mean, you did poetry, so I never really thought of rhythm and cadence before.
Right.
when I'm writing a joke, so that's a really great tip.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I talk in a rhythm, like in terms of, especially on stage.
It's important.
Yeah. And some comics don't, some comics do, but for the most, you hear a lot of comics have a rhythm to themselves.
Right.
Like they'll repeat something, but of course it's not planned. Just kind of do your thing.
That's so cool. And I was wondering what your like writing process was like.
In the beginning, I used to write down
Everything.
verb, word,
Just like a
adjective,
little
comma.
notebook.
Yeah, I used to be very particular to how I structured my set. But now, as far as like come with a new joke, I don't sit down and think like, oh, I got a new joke day.
Right.
I have friends hit me up, yo, let's write today. Like, I don't really do that. Like, I don't look like he's writing today. I never done that.
Exactly.
But I just kind of go through life, and when a new joke I did, it'll just come to me. It'll just hit me. I say random funny shit like all the time.
Yeah.
And it'll just kind of come to me, and then if I love it, I could tell the difference of a joke that could do well on stage and a joke that's just good in real life.
Right.
And I record it, like I'll audio tape myself, like the idea. Because a lot of times I used to write everything down, but it's just quicker, one, to record, and then two, also you remember the voice inflection you had when you came up with the bit, and not just the words. Sometimes the voice inflection will come off of the words. Right. So you want to say it exactly how you said it the first time. Exactly. That's how I do personally.
That's smart, yeah.
So that's one way. That's how I write, and then I'll have much ideas. Then maybe I'll sit down and the ideas I record it. Then I'll try to, tag them up.
Okay.
And then the second part of my writing process is when I record my set on stage. When I'm driving home, I'll listen to this show I just did tonight, and I'm tagging myself as I'm driving home. Because my brain is like activated. Yeah. And so
that's so cool. Yeah.
That's usually how everybody has their own process, but that's how
a great process,
I do things.
Though, to hear the way that you said it originally. Because like a lot of times I write funny stuff. I said to my friends, I look at them like, it's garbage. Like what?
Yeah. I'm a good audio learner, so. Yeah.
And you listen for the tags while you're listening to your set on the way home too.
Yeah, I just listen for like new ideas that may come to me. Like, oh, this would be fun if I say this, or this would be funny. Just like little small things. Right. It just add up. 4 small things, a big thing. Yeah, exactly. It's like that type of thing.
That's so cool. I'm still in that stage where like when I'm trying stuff out, I'm so like young at this, but like I don't even hear the laughs until I hear the recording on the way home.
Yeah, you'll get better. The more stage time you have, the better you get. Yeah. That's why you see cats. They'll skyrocket in terms of talent wise when they get on the road with somebody because now they're getting 30 minutes continuously. So now you're, instead of like chasing stages in LA, doing 10 minutes here, 7 minutes here, you're doing 30 minutes 5 times in a weekend. So now you have time to work your old shit, your new shit, your hot shit, all in one show, and that's how you get better. It's a repetition. Do
you go on the road too?
Yeah, I go on the road. Pilot season, I try to stay in town, auditions and stuff. But I go on the road a lot. I never really opened up for anybody though. That's the weird part. I've never been taken on the road. I think it has something to do with like I probably have like the least time to hang out, especially when I was teaching for so long.
That's
like
true, yeah.
I wasn't really like I would do my show. I'll try to hang out, but I have to go to bed, wake up, teach kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Do the adult shit. So it's like I was leading a double life. You know? It was kind of crazy. It was crazy for a while. I would try to keep it a secret, but kids will find out. Mr. Unaka, you're a comedian. Wow. That's my twin brother. That's how I always say. It's my twin brother. He's a comic. Yeah.
How old were the kids were you teaching?
I was teaching middle school and high school, man.
Wow.
So yeah, they weren't
Did
no
you ever
dumb.
try any of the stuff like there?
You know what's great about teaching is that I would warm up the crowd with like or did my students like crowd work? You
Yeah.
know, it was like,
Hey,
what's
where you
up, guys? Oh, got your pencil this time. I see. I'm good, man. I'm glad you got your pencil. Right, it's a miracle, right? God is good. Never thought he does just like random.
Right.
Just get my time you know.
That's so
and
cool.
it was a good like classroom management strategy to where like the class is like laughing and they're like super engaged,
Right.
and then we're ready to go.
And every
I got my
period is a
time
new
in.
class, right?
Yeah, exactly.
New
So I'm-
crowd.
Yeah, comments like, yeah, I got up twice tonight. I got up 5 times. Like, got up 5 times at work, man.
And
You know,
next time.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
That's amazing.
and then like with my smarter kids, I would like if they like come hang out at lunch or something, I'll try, hey, I got this new joke I'm working on.
Wow,
I'll
yeah.
just try it out on them. Because they were like they think
They
like
got it,
adults.
right, yeah.
So yeah.
That's so cool. Do you still do teaching, or was that just for a
I
little
still
while?
work with special need kids, but I don't full time teach no more.
Okay.
No.
How long was that period where you're doing both stand-up and teaching?
It was like a good 4 years, man. 4 years.
years.
4 years. Taught middle school for 2 years and like high school for like 2-3 years.
And then was it like a point where you were like getting paid at like clubs now, where you are making enough to just live as a comic, or
Well, see, because
or was
I
it
was
just too much running around? Like,
you know what
all
it
day?
was? Like I stayed in teaching because I was able to balance both.
Mhm.
I wasn't like playing place. For a lot of times, like I'll talk to comics, about their day. Comics. I'm like, what you do today, bro? It's just like kind of peep game, you
Right.
know. Like I just kind of woke up 12, played video games for like 2-3 hours, went to the gym,
And then
came home, took a nap, then did like 2 mics. I'm like, well, I just keep my job then. I was like, what I'm saying? We keep this health insurance until because I wasn't exhausted at the end of the day, because I wasn't teaching. I would work with general ed students, but I was teaching students with special needs. And so I would teach like maybe 2 hours out the day, and the rest of the day is paperwork.
Right.
And the more you do it, the faster you get with it. And I would just work ahead. So a lot of times I'm just chilling at my desk, doing emails. Kids are in the room testing. They need my help. I help them, or whatever. So I have time to like write bits. I'll take a nap at lunch every
That's so
time.
cool, yeah.
Instead of eating, I'll just take a nap, have a little quick sandwich, and then go home, change, chill for an hour, just get to get the day off of me, and then go to my comedy scene.
Wow.
I never could hang out though.
Right.
That was the issue. I never could hang out till 3 a.m. On a weekday at Denny's. I would do it here and there, but I was too exhausted in a day. So I missed that piece. But as far as like getting my stage time, and it was cool. And my boss was super flexible with me. If I had to miss a day, 2 days for shows, she'll let me do it.
That's so cool.
My coworker would cover me.
Wow.
And I would
Yeah.
cover her.
That's awesome.
So it just worked out. I got lucky. If I was trying to teach general ed, but with Teach for America, you have to choose priority, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to teach? What's most important to you? The content you teach, where you teach, or who you teach? Where I taught was most important.
Right.
I wanted to teach in the big city so I could do stand up.
Yeah.
So I wanted to teach general ed 6th graders math, right? I got LA special ed middle school, which was, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I was doing general ed, I would have to quit teaching a long time ago
Right.
before, if I wanted to continue to do stand up, because there's no way I would have the energy to do both.
That's so inspiring to hear all that. Like,
Yeah, so I got lucky, but
because I know all those guys who don't. I mean, I don't do anything. I'm lazy. I don't.
yeah, but I had to leave teaching full time because of auditions.
Right.
So when I finally got a manager and an agent, auditions a daytime thing, and so I was trying to do it that way, but I would be exhausted in the audition room, or it's different. It got much.
Yeah.
I'll be really stressed out.
Yeah.
And so I had to.
That's incredible though.
Yeah.
Still to do that for 5 years.
Yeah, man, a lot of water, a lot of coffee.
Shout out again to coffee.
Just sacrificing my young years.
Yeah.
Like, "Gee, man, you must be getting them girls." And I'm like, no, not really, man. Get them naps. I'm like, girl, any girl like, want to go out? Like, nah, you sound too busy. Nah, I ain't got the energy for you. Any girls like, all the Netflix girls, call me. You my type of girl. Any girl want to take a nap?
Hit me
Yeah,
up.
girl, come over like, girl, I swear to, ooh, when I wake up from this nap, girl, ooh, I'm gonna tear you up. I'm a napper, bro.
I'm gonna
I
take
don't
some
sleep.
NyQuil first. I'll
I don't
see you
sleep
in
at
the
all,
morning.
man. But I take a lot of naps.
So you were just mentioning you pilot season and all that. I saw you on the Mindy Project too.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was good, man. Crazy story about that. So I do the audition, right? And they don't hit me up for like 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
So I'm thinking I didn't get it. I wasn't even thinking about it because I already had like 3-4 auditions after that.
Right.
And I got an email like, oh, my manager called me and my agent called me at the same time. Like the first time they ever did that, I'm thinking, oh, well, they're letting me go. I was like, I suck at this acting. Like, oh, you booked a Mindy Project. I was like, all right, great. Oh, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I know what it means, but it was like, oh, you're gonna be on what day? I was like, all right, cool. So I go, I do it, right? It's supposed to be one day thing, and they call my manager like the day after. It was like, yo, we really like Chinedu. We want to book him, or we want to pin him for 2 more weekends. I was gonna become a reoccurring character on the show.
Wow, yeah.
But the writers, they just went a different way on me.
Oh.
Which happens a lot in Hollywood. You never can get, I heard stories of guys who booked movies, like this one guy flew to the Middle East. He didn't look like they thought he looked, and they canceled the contract.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right
So
there. Jeez.
I couldn't complain. It was still a great experience. The whole cast was great. It was super nice. So yeah, that was fun. It was fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Is acting something that you pursue like a lot as much as comedy? Or?
Yeah, most recently I've been doing like a lot of acting as far as classes and just trying to get better.
Do you like it a lot?
I do like it. I do like it. I like acting and stuff. I kind of create more. I like I like writing things, and so I want to find more time to do that stuff.
Right.
But as far as just me getting better, I'm seeing myself getting better, which is good. As a stand-up, if you're serious about making a career out of it, you gotta get on TV.
Right.
You gotta get in the movies.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how
Just
people
so
know you. Like,
become a name.
Yeah. How do you think performing? Because I think like some of my favorite actors are stand-ups. So like, how do you think performing in front of a live audience every night helps you like in a studio where it's just like a camera and like?
Yeah, I just think stand-ups really trust.
Do you get to improvise? Like
Yeah. We
auditions?
trust our timing.
Mm-hmm.
We trust what we think is funny because we see it.
Right.
Like, it's quick. It's a quick, I guess, affirmation from the audience that what we're saying and what we're doing and who we are is funny. And so when we're on set, we have a confidence about ourselves, and we're able to make these choices without being like, I hope they like this.
Right. Yeah.
Just kind of do it. Like they keep it, So I think that helps, as far as like a confidence thing.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Nah, man, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for traveling to my home.
No problem. This is beautiful. It's like a hotel. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's all right. You hear that, ladies? It's like a hotel. All my Netflix ladies out there, come get this House of Cards.
Yeah. It's a great napping place.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, a nap center. I just woke up from one.
Are you playing any shows this week that we could?
Let me see.
Do a shout out
Where my
to?
phone at? I know I'm at. I turned it off. I know May 16th off head. I'm at the West Side Comedy Theater at 8 p.m.
Sweet.
I think I'm in Valencia May 23rd and 24th doing shows. And I know I'm at Inside Jokes May 13th.
Cool. Awesome.
That's Wednesday at Russell Simmons show. So
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
yeah, come see your boy.
Awesome. I'll come to the West Side one. That one's awesome.
Yeah, I love West Side. So and it's really close to here too.
Yeah.
which
Should
is
people
great.
follow you on Twitter? Or
Yeah,
your
follow me on
website?
Twitter.
Awesome.
It's Chinedu Comedy. That's chin like your face, then edu like education and comedy. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Thank
my
you so
Twitter,
much, sir.
Instagram, my website. It's everything.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
very
you,
much.
Ari. Ari has a Hawaiian shirt on, guys. By the way, I don't know what the fuck is going on. He has a Hawaiian shirt on.
I'm on vacation.
He's on vacation. Ari walked in like a travel agent.
It's like, is that Freddie Mercury on vacation?
Right,
What's
right,
going
right.
on there? Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
Thank you.